what's happening? This is Khalil Kane. Love Jones is one of my favorite films. Wonderful cast, directed by Ted Witcher. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. I love this film because it portrays young black people as civilized and upwardly mobile, passionate, well-read, cultured, doing their thing. If you haven't seen it, please see it. Antonio, thank you for, doing Love Jones. And what's up, sis? Hope everything's cool. All right, Love Jones, check it out.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today for Love Jones, a 1997 romantic drama that features Nia Long and Larenz Tate.
Darius, love her.
Nina Mosley.
Nina has just gotten out of a recent relationship with Khalil Kane. Looks like she's just recently moved from New York. She goes to the Sanctuary nightclub, sort of a poetry lounge for like a bohemian crowd.
No, am I talking to you?
I'm in the conversation.
Romance is about the possibility of the thing. It's about the time between when you first meet some fine-ass woman and when you first make love to her.
White wine, please.
Who's that girl with Darius? Damn.
Deep in thought, huh?
Yeah,
What are you thinking about?
a woman I saw once.
She must have been fine.
Darius, love her.
Nina Mosley.
All right, this is a little something I've been working on. I call it a blues for Nina. Is that all right?
She was highly embarrassed by the poem, obviously. She sees him outside afterwards.
It was, interesting.
So maybe next week you can write something for me.
But it won't be about sex.
What's wrong with sex?
Just other topics.
Like what?
But you probably wouldn't know anything about that.
Really thought of him as a player. She wrote love on his hand and said that he wouldn't know anything about that since his poem was about sex. She goes to the record store where she runs into Darius, of all people. His friend works at the record store and he is happy, obviously, to run into Nina because he didn't know if he was ever going to see her again.
Al Green. You can't go wrong with my man Al Green. Hey, you mind if I play you a little something real quick?
I don't know. The last time you went on an impulse, you embarrassed the shit out of me.
As you'd expect, right?
Get together sometime and, have some drinks.
I don't think that'll be a very good idea.
Yo, why don't you let me get her little address real quick?
Shows up at the house unexpectedly. He got the address from Sheila because she wrote a check.
Hey.
Well, what are you doing here? How did you know where I live? Why are you here?
Said it was bad timing. And I figured if I asked again, maybe you say yes. If not that time, then maybe the next time. Till the next time became the right time.
Persistence. The next time you decide to just, stop by, you should call first. Because I know you wrote the phone number down.
You right. I got your number.
They go on their first date to a party at his friend's house. He obviously wasn't taking no for an answer, so, she had no choice. Now it looks like they're hitting it off, and she was telling him a little bit about her life.
You want to feel a little bump and grind?
What if it starts raining again?
Darius wanted to go out to another club. He didn't want the night to end, so they go out to the Wild Hair. It looks like a Jamaican Caribbean nightclub. They end up hooking up on the first date. Darius is in the kitchen making omelets the next day.
Look, I really dig you, Nina. Look, I'm gonna get myself an omelet. You want anything else?
Don't ask that question.
Next day, Nina is telling her friend about the experience, and she seems pretty happy about it as well. Her friend, who seems to be single, is really into what she's talking about.
She jacked you up, didn't she?
chat, man.
He kept it real. Darius brings her to his apartment.
Just be natural, silly.
You know what happens over there. The next day,
Hey, baby.
Marvin.
she gets a visit from her ex-boyfriend. He presents her tickets to come back to New York so that they can work things out. She tells Darius about it.
I don't know, just like a couple weeks. I don't know. We used to be in a relationship and I just haven't seen him in a while.
That's cool.
Tries to play it cool, but he's really upset about it, honestly, it seems. He runs into his ex at the bar with his buddy. She ends up coming back over to the place and they reconcile things. Nina, who hasn't left on her trip as of yet, was expecting Darius to show up.
Oh,
Things aren't really working out with Marvin.
you're tripping.
Next day, he's by himself. She goes back to Chicago and goes to the sanctuary. Darius's buddy, Hollywood,
Oh, Wood, baby. I didn't even
notices that she's there. She's at the bookstore and she sees Darius with another woman. That in turn gives her a green light to talk to Hollywood, by her opinion. They end up going out on a date.
Because that's something I bet you didn't know.
Darius hears about it. Hollywood tries to show up all cool, but gets his feelings hurt by Darius, though.
Well, you see, the difference is I usually quit my job. You usually wind up fired.
Wood brings Nina to a party, which they all have mutual friends, so the friends don't seem too happy about that. She runs into Darius at the party, of course. Her and Wood get into an altercation because he brought her to the party in the first place, which was a dumb move. So she ends up basically being told to walk home. Darius doesn't like that too much, goes out, gets her.
Just leave me alone.
Man, slow up.
What?
Now, first of all, calm down. I call your cab, I'll wait, you get in, boom. You can be on your merry way.
After she leaves in the cab, he realizes he should have handled that a different way, as he really does, it seems, love this girl.
Hello?
Hello? Nina?
Yeah.
They go out for a night. Apparently, she considers what they did a real date.
How about a real date? You saying we never been on a real date before?
Baby, bumping and grinding at the Wild Hair hardly qualifies.
He ends up staying at her house. She won't let him sleep in the bed with her, so he's on the couch for the night, but they're both agonizing over sleeping together, apparently, so he creeps up the stairs. He plays a song for her like he did at the record store. They get back together, it seems, and everything is going good for a minute. They're, enjoying their time together. Wood seems very upset. He's lost his friends and looks terrible overall.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of it. She wasn't happy about that late night phone call, so she confronts Darius about it. He's writing. They start arguing. Next thing you know, it's a trust issue.
Trying to read your mind
Look,
every
you don't know
fucking day.
shit about trust, okay? You don't. You the one who went to New York and fucked old boy.
Another breakup. Darius is pretty distraught about this. Can't write.
Oh, hey, what's happening?
Look, Nina told me not to tell anyone this, but
If you didn't notice, his ex-girlfriend was at that party he just answered the phone at. That was Nina's friend who called, who was telling Darius that she is going on another trip, this time for good. He ends up chasing down the train that she's on and you can't catch it, so that's the end of that. It's really upsetting for him. A year later, it looks like Nina has an aspiring photography career. She always was a gifted photographer. Darius's book has finally come out. He ends up talking it over with his buddy and they toast over the book.
Excuse me, can I see that? Thanks.
Sanctuary. Welcome, Ms. Nina Mosley.
Hoping that a certain someone would be here tonight.
Romance is about the possibility of, if not that time, then maybe the next time. Till the next time became the right time. It's about the time between when you first meet some fine-ass woman and when you first make love to her.